Hey friends, welcome back. Today in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some recent purchases of mine from Etsy, and then also some past purchases from Etsy, things that I have loved. I want to talk to you about things that I am purchasing in the near future for Halloween and fall and Christmas gifts. Etsy is a great place to shop, in my opinion, because you support small businesses and you can definitely find very unique items for your home, for yourself, for gifts. Really anything that you're interested in. If you can't find it generally in a store, Etsy is a great place to find really unique items. So I have been really excited about this video because if you are a longtime friend of ours over on Oso Farm, you know that for years I have been sharing that I dream and always have wanted to have a long-haired miniature dachshund. And y'all have seen in videos, especially around the holidays, I tend to tease Brian and buy him every Christmas gifts that have dachshunds on them. Maybe it's an ornament, maybe it's a mug, maybe it's funny socks. I definitely buy things for myself that have dachshunds on them, just like, remember, hey, this is what I'm interested in having. And it's become the joke, like where my girls send me little memes or little reels about dachshunds, or if they see anything. And now, because you know how it is with your algorithm, when you search for things, it tends to show up. And so for a very long time, Brian has told me that dachshund items show up on all of his news feeds. So why I'm telling you this is because a lot of the things that I purchased this last time through Etsy have dachshunds on them. And so I wanted to give some context there. So, little storytelling time. My husband had hired a mechanic to come to our home to work on our car, and we had just had our litter of Piradoodle puppies, and so they were barking because they were in Brian's office right outside where the man was working on our car. And so Brian was like, I'm so sorry, we just had a litter of puppies. And he said, oh my goodness, 2 weeks ago we just had a litter of, wait for it, long-haired miniature dachshunds. So Brian rolled his eyes and said, oh my word, please don't tell my wife this. So of course, Brian comes in, gives me a hug and says, you will not believe this, but he just had dachshunds. So he said, if we're able to find homes for all of our Piradoodles, which we did outside of Loretta, who we chose to keep, you can have one. So y'all, I knew we would be able to find homes for all of our Piradoodle puppies. They were so precious, and it's such a unique breed. The Poodle and the Pyrenees both have such unique qualities that are desirable. And so as they started to find homes, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I may actually be getting this dachshund. So my next door neighbor had a dachshund. Her name is Debbie. Hi, Debbie. She had a dachshund that recently passed away, little Sophie. And so we went together to this couple's house to look at these little dogs. They were about 3 weeks old, I think. So I put a deposit down on a little boy, and that was a few weeks ago. And so this past Saturday, we got our little boy named Elvis, and we named him Elvis. So I want to show him to you. I brought him in here and closed the door so he would be, come here, Elvis. Elvis, come here. He's hiding under my bed. So I'm giving you that context so that you will understand why I purchased all of my most recent purchases have little weenie dogs on them. Can you not? So his left eye, I don't know if he'll be still enough, is blue. He's so special. And his right eye is brown. He has really sweet markings. He's kind of like, she said he was a silky. I'm learning what all these things are. I don't really knowledgeable about dachshunds. I just love them so much. I think they're so precious. So he has been here. It'll be a week tomorrow. He is so smart. He is sleeping well in his kennel overnight, and we're working on potty training. The good thing about something this small is he's literally under 3 pounds, so his accidents are like the size of a quarter, as compared to my Loretta girl, who is like 25 pounds, and they're only about 3 weeks apart. So this is Elvis. I have been so excited. Okay, he's got my earring. Yeah, he actually took my earring out. Okay, hold on. So I've been so excited to share with y'all because there's been so many times where I'm like, okay, a big surprise over at Oso Farm. And some of y'all have been commenting for years like, you're finally getting your Dachshund. Well, y'all, I finally got my Dachshund. Can you believe it? So there will be lots and lots and lots of sweet photos on our community board here on YouTube, on our blog over at osofarm.com, and Instagram, social media, all social media outlets. And I'm sure he will be in a lot of little upcoming videos, but he has been as fun as anyone would think. So, okay. So excited for y'all to see Elvis. So here is, let me get my sheet. So I'm not going to say it's linked below. So everything that I'm sharing with you will be linked down below. But I did want to give shout outs to the specific stores within Etsy as I talk to you about them. So this is my Weenie dog t-shirt. It says Halloweenie. And I knew I had to have this. It's embroidered. It's this cute little brown weenie dog, and he's holding a little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. He's dressed like a ghost. It's a very comfortable t-shirt. The embroidery is very, very nice. I am embarrassed to say how many times I've worn this, but I have washed this quite a few times. I'm so thankful that it's now almost October 1st because I'm for sure going to wear this on Halloween and then at least once a week leading up to that. So I'm wearing this in a medium. This is from the Trending Gift Company. So I'm definitely very happy with how this turned out. It definitely seems very high quality. It's going to last for years, and I thought it just makes me smile. It is so, so cute. First, I'm going to show you all my weenie dog things. We're going to get that out of the way. Y'all know I love mugs. I love funny mugs. So I got this little mug here that says, I love weenies, which, so funny. I love things to be borderline mortifying for my kiddos. So I thought this was so cute. It's really simple, and I use this every time it is clean. This is from the Step Right In shop on Etsy. So cute. They have so many fun things to choose from. Okay, and then last weenie dog thing is this sweatshirt that says, I've got friends in low places. So, okay, I went to high school in the 90s. If you are not an old 90s country western music fan, this may not make sense to you, but there's that Garth Brooks song, I've Got Friends in Low Places. So I thought this was so fun. It's very oversized. I got this in a unisex medium. This is from White Dreams Apparel, and it has just really fun color blocking with the silhouette of the weenie dog. And this is big enough. Like, I've worn this in the evenings when I've gotten cold. I love that the sleeves are a little bit longer. I have not washed this yet. I have worn it a few times, but it's very soft on the inside. So I love these kind of comfy, fun sweatshirts. So you cannot have too many sweatshirts. So that's really fun. So those are my 3 weenie dog things. I keep telling my friends and my sisters, like, I don't want to become that woman, sort of like the cat woman. Like, so please tell me when I cross a line, but it is so much fun right now. Okay, so those are fun things. I spend a lot of our Christmas budget on Etsy. I think they're usually very thoughtful gifts where you can really find things that directly make you think of someone special. And so for us, for Christmas, so we have a lot of kids, And for years, especially when all of our kids were at home, we would do the 4 gifts: something I want, something I wear, something I need, and something I read. And then we would always do, stockings and then Christmas Eve pajamas. So I would always let the kids ask for things, and then I would always tell them, like, ask for something in every category, but know that we want there's got to be some surprise with Christmas. And so I usually try to get what they want, like something I want is usually their bigger gift. And so I let them pick that out. But maybe something that they need, or something to wear is like something that I pick out personally for them. So they have some, kind of fun surprises. So my Esme is a crazy reader. She reads so much. In fact, I will insert a picture of her bookshelf. Her YouTube algorithm, she loves to watch all these book vlogs where all these sweet girls read and read and read and give critique books, and it's so precious. So she has a huge reading goal this year. She's on Goodreads, and she's always reading. So I bought her this book embosser. So it came in this really nice leather pouch, and you got to choose from different patterns. Like the inside might have a leaf or a butterfly or just a pretty design. And then you can customize your book so that when you loan out your books, or when you're creating your own library, it has your name on it. So I'm trying to see. She gave me books that she had done. She did the stickers. Okay, so it came with stickers that you could put in your embosser and do it that way. So this says, "From the library of Esme Wilson," and it has a really beautiful, I don't know if you're from the glare going to be able to see that, like a book opened up like this with a bouquet of flowers coming through. Or you can directly do one of the inside pages where it'll make that imprint on the page. So Esme is one that she doesn't like to loan out her books because she likes them to stay perfect like this. So the stickers were more appealing to her because she wasn't permanently altering the books. But when the stickers run out, she has that option. So that for her was her something I need. And it was very, very, just a unique gift. I think, she can use this always. Obviously, when she gets married, her name will change. But so that was a really fun find. It was probably one of my most favorite Christmas gifts from last year because I knew it would be really meaningful to her. So it is from Pickled Stamps store. Okay, and if you are looking for anything education related for your children, whether you homeschool or just want to work on things at home, schedules, if you have a child with different abilities like I do, there is an endless supply of things that you can download and print, or there's packages where you can have the printables sent to you. So let's see. So from Inclusive ABA store, I got this visual schedule. So my youngest has Down syndrome, and he is, well, I wouldn't say he's nonverbal because he does communicate through words. It's just hard sometimes for his articulation to be understood by us and everyone. So for him, when we're doing school, we're a homeschooling family, he has to see exactly what's expected of him, and it has to be in tiny time segments, and he has to feel some order of control, or he can get pretty stubborn about it. So what has really helped is this visual schedule from Inclusive ABA. So I printed it in different colors, and I only use, like it came with so many, I only use a few of these. So I also got my laminator and I printed them and laminated them. And then what this says is my schedule to do and finished. And then what's great about this one is that it was editable. So we use a lot of different pieces of curriculum for Evan. And so I was able to go and on Google Image, take pictures of his actual handwriting books and specific literature books that we're reading so that he could see, okay, Mom wants me to do this book. And then when it's finished, I put it over here. And then usually when we get to where we've done 3 things, where this is a coloring page, a reading book, a literature book, and handwriting, so maybe 30 minutes. When we get through all of these, he knows that when we get past a page, then he gets what we sign, he gets a break. What we use for therapy, like when he's doing speech therapy, or we don't really use this in physical therapy, but because it's more, doesn't require as much, he enjoys it more, it's more physical, it's more engaging. But for speech therapy, I have pictures, I don't know that I brought them in here, where I would actually like take a picture of a Dum Dum lollipop and I would stick it here. And then he would have 5 tasks that he would have to do with his therapist. So every time he went through all of his K sounds or he did his chewy tube exercises, he would get a token here. And then when the 5 tokens were done, he was all done with speech therapy, and he knew that he got whatever. Sometimes it would be his iPad, sometimes it would be yogurt bites, a special drink. So this was very, very helpful for him. So for me as a homeschooling mom, this has been absolutely invaluable. First, you don't have to have a special need to use this, but if you are potty training, okay, this is from Newland Printables. And so it walks through all the different stages of what you do when you go to the bathroom. You flush the toilet, you wipe, you wash your hands, you dry your hands, you put the lid up. So potty training a child with special needs can prove to be more challenging. And so those have been helpful because then it's like he can visually see, okay, she's wanting me to sit on the potty. She's wanting me to wash my hands. Like these are the steps, and then they're cute little animated things. So it has been really helpful. So really any problem that you're having, maybe I want to have a morning routine with my kids where they brush their teeth, they do this, anything like that that you need help with, you can absolutely find it on Etsy. Some quick things for homeschooling. I could talk about homeschooling materials on Etsy all day long. And I will, of course, have all these down below. Like I use this every single day with Evan. So they're just flashcards that I laminated. So I'm trying to get him to recognize number words. We're working on reading. We're working on math and counting and, adding things together. And so these are just very beautiful, like woodland. This was like a woodland theme. And I love that things are just pretty. So that has been really nice. I printed out, this was helping him work on his memory and his, cognitive function. So this is a huge memory game of just flashcards and vocabulary, maybe, fruits and vegetables he's not as familiar with, like passion fruit, avocado, and again, they're watercolor, they're very pretty. So this is obviously too many. I mean, it would be hard for anyone to play memory with these. So we take out a few at a time, probably like 12, and turn them over and just play old-fashioned memory. So it's a lot of, we can work on his speech, we can work on his letter recognition, and then he can work on remembering where things are. So these have been really, really fun. And then we've been doing a lot of science units on bugs. And so I printed out some really beautiful curriculum kits. This is more like a Charlotte Mason fun thing. And so, when we're reading a book about ants or spiders, we have been talking about these and, being like, okay, like we're doing life cycle of a caterpillar. It's just, they're all so pretty. So all of these have been really helpful to, you know, make it feel like we're not working, we're playing and enjoying school. So Etsy has been so great for me as a homeschooling mom, long term for that. Okay, so we remodeled our home a couple of years ago. So I will link the video about our house fire remodel down below. So we had a house fire 2 years ago this past August, but we didn't move in until October. So we have not been back in our home for a full year. And we went down to the studs based on the damage. And so our master bedroom and bath, the shape and everything stayed the same. And I had a garden tub in there, and I have now this beautiful antique looking tub. But I had windows in there that you could not see through, and that overlooks our orchard that we just planted this spring. And so I was like, I want my bathroom to be really bright, and so I want our windows to be clear. I want it to be a picture window. And so I went on Etsy from Frosting Home Decor Inc. and found a really simple, pretty block print curtain. And I got them custom made to fit the size, and they are perfect. And they're on little brass rings, so I can open them all the way when I want the fresh light and be able to see outside. And then when I am taking a bath, or, you know, needing privacy in the bathroom, I can close them all the way. So Etsy is a great place for home decor. I have bought so many pillows over the years, especially if I'm looking for something really specific. It's been great. So those were very, very nicely done. And it was so nice to not have to search online for them, to just, like, I could have spent so much time going into stores looking, and they are exactly the color. Like, they are so beautiful and so perfect for that space. Okay, and then from Jaxley Design, I got this really beautiful wood sign with a beautiful cursive font that just is that has our last name and the year we were married. And I get so many compliments on that, and that has literally hung in our house for years. And then this I've had for a couple of years. So this is from Pups and Cups Company, and it has these 3 Great Pyrenees with little antlers and a little Christmas sweater. And why this was so perfect for us is at the time when I bought this, we had 3 Great Pyrenees, and they looked just like this. So we had Apollo Bear, he was our daddy. And then we had Luna, who has been our mommy for all of our litters. And then we had kept from her first litter, Belle. And so tragically, we lost our Apollo Bear last summer. And so this is going to be more sentimental for me to wear, but yeah, it fit so perfect. And I thought it was so cute. So whatever kind of dog you have, whatever kind of animal you are a lover of, you can definitely find that on Etsy. And then lastly, I am so excited about this. My sister-in-law, Misty, just started a small business, and she is making homemade wreaths, and they are custom made and absolutely gorgeous. So her Etsy shop is called Made by Misty 10. And you can go, I'll also link her social medias down below, but you can custom order anything from her too. And so this fall, she brought me 2 of hers that she just recently made, and I put them on my front door so that I could share them with you. And in fact, I told her today that I wanted more of a swag, and so we're going to kind of design that with her, and I'm going to order those from her. But I'm so proud of her. They are so beautiful. She's so creative. She puts really bright colors together. She's made a lot of really fun ones for Halloween with witches boots and fun, you know, bright Halloween colors. She's just starting to get out her Christmas colors, and I actually just went to Sam's with her today, and she bought a lot of beautiful Christmas ribbons. And so if you keep checking her Etsy store, I know in the coming weeks she is going to have so many great things to choose from. And so she does ship, so definitely go on to her Etsy page and give her some love down in the comments. You know, it's always exciting when you're starting something new. So I'm very proud of her and very excited to support her in her endeavor. Okay, so I'm gonna end this video with little Elvis, and I'm going to insert some really fun footage of him over the last week, but definitely stay tuned because there is nothing cuter than this, and we are going to be blowing up our feed with Elvis cuteness. Okay, friends, thanks for watching, and definitely go support some small businesses through purchasing from Etsy. You will have great experiences, I'm sure, just like I do. So go ahead and I'm always looking for new things. So tell me down below in the comments, what is your favorite Etsy find? Let's support small businesses. If you know the name of some businesses on Etsy, go ahead and share with us down below in the comments so we can all go and check it out. So thanks for watching, friends. We will see you real soon in another video. Bye-bye.